Hey everyone, welcome back to Quotes of Interest. I'm going to take a quote from Wheel of Time, Book 9, Winter's Heart. And Lan is actually the one who says this quote. But so he says to Rand, you can never know everything. You will always be wrong about some part, perhaps even the most important part. A portion of wisdom is knowing that. A portion of courage is going on anyway. So I picked this out. I don't think it's like a really complicated quote or anything like that, but I thought it was a good quote for in the moment for with Rand. And of course, if you're not reading Wheel of Time, you're not going to understand like the context of it. But I think it's one of those ways of thinking that is like true pretty much all time. Like, being aware that you don't know everything is always important. I think even especially in today's society, everybody always has a hot take. Everybody has a take that they think is absolutely correct, and like the algorithms of social media like bring that to the forefront. So just reminding yourself that like everyone is kind of stupid and you're always going to be wrong about certain things. There's You should always have a certain level of skepticism about everything that you hear or that you read or that you think about. But yeah.
Yeah, it's it's like that's very good. I like this quote because it's always like expect the unexpected. So like the world we live in a chaotic world, right? So what you think you know might be wrong, and so you need to consider that. Base everything you have off reason and facts. Don't be always be skeptic, right? So you don't want to completely blindly trust everything you hear or see what other people tell you because you don't know what's going on in their heads. Uh, and when you're like thinking through, when you're given like a situation, like let's say like there's two people arguing, and your job is to find out why and calm them down and find a solution. And then the first person starts talking to you and starts bagging on the other person, talking all this shit. You're not going to instantly, or you shouldn't just instantly just start believing everything they say. There's two sides to every story. It's two sides to a coin. Uh, Two different people, and then in some cases, multiple. So definitely, what Lan is telling Iran is that you should be prepared for anything because you're not going to know everything. And that's all, sometimes, that's just all right because that's just how life is. It's chaotic. You got to deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. The other portion
But
of the or go ahead, sorry.
oh, sorry. You just gotta be prepared. Like in their case, they're like going to war. They're like fighting somebody, right? So to prepare for the unexpected, what do they do? They've trained and they're sword fighting for a long time. So even if something does surprise them, something that they couldn't predict, they have the skills necessary to handle the situation. And that's it. You can go.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, you always gotta be prepared for situations, and always, and that preparation comes from, like you said, like not always knowing everything. You got to try to be prepared for whatever you can. You can't always know everything. It's just life. But yeah, there needs to be a healthy level of skepticism with whatever you do. But another part of this quote part of the reason I picked it is the last part of it that I like too, where it's like a portion of courage is going on anyway. So even though sometimes, you might have a certain amount of skepticism or other people are telling you that something is not good for you or something is not what they would do, it doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't do it. Sometimes, like he's saying here, courage is required to do things that are difficult. Like taking risks in life is necessary for you to get better at something, for you to go to a new place or whatever it is you're trying to grow, relationships or whatever. You have to take risks in order to do that. And like if you never take any risks and you just stay in your comfort zone and don't and just listen to other people all the time and always listen to skepticism and never take any risks, you're not going to get any better. You're not going to grow. You're not going to gain new relationships that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So that really resonates with me because even this, what we're doing right now, is kind of, I mean, it's our hobby. We really enjoy, but it's also, um, in a way, it's own risk. It's a portion of courage that we're trying to like do this podcast, not knowing much about podcasts and just trying something new. So
Our
I like that
voices
part too.
are out there.
Our voices are
Voices
out
they
there.
could recognize.
The three
But yeah,
people can hear us.
the one person who regularly listens to us, and it's me.
Yeah.
But the courage thing is real. I mean, think of a character development, character growth, not in a story. I'm talking about like an actual person, like me or you. How does one grow character? Uh, your character is determined about not only who you are when no one is looking, but also how you react in uh, high stress situations. Because then your true character starts to show. Uh, so by and what's one of the biggest fears, right? The fear of the unknown. That's it's a big one. So you need courage in order to pursue the unknown. Like for instance, when you said how we both moved like out of state, like I moved to Arizona knowing that I was going to be around family, but that was about it. I didn't know anything about like a job or what my future was because I'm still almost off probation for DUI, but learned a lot. Anyway, moving on. And then you and Holly moved to Albuquerque, right? You moved out, and there's no one. It's just you and Holly, right? So in New Mexico. So it's like that took courage too. And we both been moved. I've been moved for a little over a year. I think you've been almost a year now. I think,
Yeah,
right?
we're coming up. I think it's 8 months now. But yeah, coming up on a year.
Months. So yeah, and it just grows to show it's like being out of your comfort zone, getting the courage to go into something you don't necessarily know is going to work out is going to help with character growth because not only do you get used to challenging your fear, but you get used to conquering it. And conquering fear is literally probably the most important thing you could do in life if you want to be successful. Because the only thing keeping you from being successful is your fear of not only failing, but also being fearful of what other people would think of you. So, by knowing who you are and what you believe in and strongly believing in that, but also help you fight the unknown or fight the fear of what other people think of you if your opinions are backed by strong hard facts that you can stand by and believe in. So I don't want to go too off topic, but this is kind of what that quote uh makes me think of.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
That
But
was a good quote.
yeah.
What page number? I want
Oh
the page
man.
number, the
The paragraph, the sentence.
paragraph.
Yeah, I can't even remember when he says it, honestly. I just wrote it down because I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I think it'd be fun to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Well, if you enjoyed the video, thanks for listening. Give us a like or a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.